What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Hasbro G.I. Joe Classified Retro Series, Baroness. And so here we have Baroness posing out of the packaging. Before we have a look at the figure, let's actually run through what she comes with. Baroness does come with several different weapons. We do get two handguns, which look really nice. They do fit in her hands, and then they also fit in her back holsters. She also does come with your standard Cobra assault rifle, which looks really nice. And then we do get a Cobra Assault Sniper Rifle, which also looks really good. Her final accessory is, of course, a display stand, which is a homage to the original G.I. Joe stands. Other than that, Baroness here doesn't come with anything else, so with that out of the way, let's have a closer look at Baroness. And so here we have a closer look at the retro carded Baroness, and I have to say, I really did like the original release of this figure, and I still like this one. I think this one does a few things better than the Target exclusive one, but the Target exclusive one does a few things better than this one. We'll start at the head for starters. I'm not a fan of the fact that they made her glasses removable. I don't know why that's even a feature. They have the grooves where her hair or the glasses go in, so it's not a really good look if you have her without the glasses. But at the same time, I feel like the original head is much better. Like, the eyes are done better, the mouth is done better. It's not that it's a bad paint job, I just feel like the original one has better paint applications on it. This one's still really good, but I think the old one wins it out in the end. So yeah, definitely the older one has a better head in terms of paint, because it also has the gold on the glasses painted, so I do like that. So having a look at the main torso of this character, again, it's the exact same as a Cobra Island Baroness, which, again, I really did like that figure. This one, I feel like the paint apps on her armor are done much better, and I really do like that brighter red. You can see, as clean as the original one was, this one's a little bit cleaner, so it is showing that Hasbro is getting better with paint apps over time. I really do like the fact that her armor on the retro version is this really nice high gloss, where this one was a little bit glossy. This one is really glossy. I do like that. Even at her pauldrons, you can see same sculpt, just different finish, and I really do like this glossy finish. Another thing I really do like about this one is that she is wearing black. There is no shades of gray in it. I guess you can say this is like a really dark gray while her armor is black, but yeah, she's wearing an all black suit, so I do like that. One thing that the Target one does better than this one is they painted the Cobra logo on her gauntlets. As you can see, both gauntlets have the Cobra insignia painted on the Target exclusive version, while this one does not. Another thing you'll notice is that the Cobra logo on her belt is painted, where this one, it is painted as well, but it's just painted in black high gloss. So I really think I might swap out the belts, have this one as my main Baroness, and have that one for parts, because I think I like the overall paint scheme and color scheme of the all black better than the black and gray. One thing that this figure also is lacking that this one has is that side holster where she has the Cobra knife. The ceremonial knife, I hope, because that is a very, very obscure handle and it just wouldn't really work in real life. But yeah, because it is the same sculpt, we have that same Cobra pattern scales all throughout the costume, and then we do have her armored, they're not really greaves, they're just armored thigh guards, knee guards, and then her shin guards right here, where you can see her suit behind that. It looks really nice, and I don't know if the other one had it. Yeah, this one had it a little bit different on the back, where this one is all one finish from her uniform going down to her boots. This one kind of had a different color scheme to it. So yeah, it does look like she's wearing a one-piece suit on this one, where she was actually wearing boots on this one. You can even see the little part where they divide the boots right there, where this one doesn't have that same paint job. Going on to the shoes, exact same shoes. So overall, it's the same figure. There's things to like about this figure, and there's things to like about that original figure, and we'll get more into that on my final thoughts. But overall, it's a really nice looking figure, and I'm still happy I have Baroness here in hand. So what we're going to do now is get her compared to other figures you may have in your collection. Here we have Baroness posed next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops and a DC Multiverse Superman. Here we have Baroness posed next to a WWE Elite Scale figure in a Mezco 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. Here we have Baroness posed next to a Lightning Collection White Ranger in a Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian. And for one final comparison, here we do have the retro carded Baroness posed next to the Cobra Island Baroness. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's have a look at Baroness's articulation now. Baroness does have a ball hinge here at the head, which does let you look up and down at that ball joint, and then the hinge does let you look down. Unfortunately, because of her hair, you really don't get any upwards movement, so you're mainly reduced to looking down. Even with this added ball joint here at the neck, which does provide some movement, especially looking down, because of her hair sculpt, you don't get her to look up at all, and turning left and right, it is possible, but you can see you'll always jet her head down at an angle. She does have a butterfly joint in her shoulder, so they do move forward and back. They go out to the side really nicely. Her pauldrons are sandwiched between her shoulder and the butterfly joint, so those will rotate with the joint, and they'll also go out to the side. No bicep swivel on Baroness, even though it does look like she should have one. She only has a swivel here at the elbow as well as a single bend. Unfortunately, she is using an old mold, so yeah, she does not have the double jointed elbows. She does have a swivel and vertical hinge here at her wrist. She does have a ball joint here in the torso, which does lean back and forward. Goes forward quite a bit, side to side. And then we do have rotation at that joint, very little, but it is there. Then we have a second ball joint at the waist, so really good hula hoops. Goes forward and back nicely, side to side, and that's where most of your rotation is going to come from. She does have drop down hinges here at the hip, so those do drop down. She kicks forward to about right there, kicks back, out to the side, about that far. Then we have a really stiff thigh swivel, and yeah, that's pretty stiff. It doesn't want to go. Let's see on that side. Yes, this side actually does rotate. I'm going to have to heat that up just so I don't break the joint. But yeah, going on, she does have knee hinge, and that is double jointed. We do have no boot swivel, just like with the original Baroness, but she does have a hinge in the ankle going back, going forward, and forward facing pin for rocker ankle. So overall, standard articulation for Baroness here, and it does work. So with that out of the way, let's get her posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have the G.I. Joe Classified Retro Carded Baroness pose for my final thoughts, and overall, I really do like the way the figure came out, although I will say there's really not much more here than what was on the original Baroness that we got as a Target exclusive. That one did come with the added benefit that you did get a vehicle with it, but this Baroness is still a really nice single carded figure. My only issue is that there isn't really much differentiating them from one another besides some paint applications. I do like the fact that this one does have a higher gloss in her armor, but it is lacking some paint that the other one did have, such as the Cobra emblems on her gauntlets and her belt. I feel like those should have been painted red, and I have no idea why Hasbro just didn't paint it. Overall, I still think this is a really nice figure to pick up. If you guys were unable to find that original Baroness figure, which it was a pain to find that original Baroness figure, Target was really bad at distribution and getting her online was virtually impossible. This version of Baroness isn't really that hard to track down now. Originally, when she went up for pre-order on Walmart's website, she was kind of hard to track down, but as she got out in stores, this figure has actually been really easy to find. I found her and Lady J on the shelves, which was no problem, and there were about 4 of each of them. So it isn't that hard to find this Baroness, which I do like that. If you missed out on that Cobra Island Baroness, this is a really good substitute. Even though I think the face is better on that old one, this one still has a really nice paint job that I think it is worth the pickup. Now, if you have both of them, I think you can mix and match them to have your perfect Baroness. But overall, yeah, I do recommend this Baroness for those of you who missed out on the original Cobra Island Baroness, or if you're still a fan of the character and you just want another version of her to go on your shelf, you can absolutely do that. I really do like it, but the only downside to this is that she is going to run you about $27 after taxes. She's running about $24.99 at the time I'm making this video, so after taxes she comes out to about $27, which, yeah, that is quite a steep price for an individual figure. And yes, Hasbro is making these very expensive, and collecting is no longer a hobby that you can just jump into anymore. There are a lot of expenses going into it, and Hasbro is not helping us out in the least bit. Overall, if you can find this figure and you're a fan of the retro carded style and want this Baroness, definitely pick her up. If not, you can go ahead and pass on her, although I do see a lot of people picking up this figure. Just on the off chance that they were unable to find that original Baroness, this is a really good substitute. With that being said, guys, I'm King of Dragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and check out all my other action figure reviews as well as all my other G.I. Joe videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it's in my collection, I'll gladly have a look at it. While you're at it, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, and as always, ring that bell to be notified anytime I upload a video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.